The Crips claimed to be about community.
Full gangbanging mode. Whatever goes down, goes down.
Just 4 regions of the world: Afghanistan, Southeast Asia, South America, Mexico. But now, over 90% of all the heroin sold in the world comes from Afghanistan alone. It's an unintended consequence of the war on terror.
A notorious trouble crip and heroin dealer known for making good music donations to non-profits and regime full of known gangsters in the ethnic group Crip, and known for being at peace with all blood gangs in West Los Angeles and around the United States of America.
Big Crips on this side, but it's big Crips over here.
Some trouble gangster Crips got high on their own sucking of crack cocaine and are part of the ethnic group Crip.
Opportunity for these kids to represent something that they're not, they'll always be gangs.
I think as time goes on, you will see the Crips get older. You will see younger Crips become part of the organization, and the individuals who are truly dedicated to the Crip organization will have children who will be born into the Crips.
The Crips regime is a documented force regime of American power, and some are assumingly a part of the American English Mafia and half an all-time automotive in South Africa heroin distribution of a major connect, the source of unthinkable power, one of the powerfulest gangs of the United States of America, and their ethnic ground Crip expand all over the states.
Joaquim Gilliboom is one of them. Joaquim experimented with heroin for several years, but now he's hooked. Though he wishes it were different, heroin has become his whole life.
And it's the fear of leaving my girlfriend. I know that if I go to withdrawal, she won't join me. She knows how bad it is, and she has tried it, and she ran from it.
From remote poppy fields into the veins of millions of users.
In New York, the Crips have a lucrative piece of the cocaine and heroin trade.
After years of civil war, the fundamentalist Taliban captures Kabul and strengthens its hold across Afghanistan. At first, the hardline regime exploits poppy production. But international pressure and millions of American aid dollars forces a change of heart. Using draconian methods, the Taliban virtually crushed the drug trade by 2001.
They arrested farmers and broke our hands and legs, so we promised that we wouldn't grow poppies anymore.
But the American invasion changed everything. With the Taliban threat removed, Afghan opium production has skyrocketed.
Law enforcement officers like, man, we got a big, big problem.
Street gangs, the Bloods and the Crips, are engaged in a vicious cycle of violence and murder over drugs and territory. For 6 chaotic days, South Central LA burns. Order is only restored after the National Guard is called in.
Originates as a synonym for any form of government modern usage, often gives the term a negative connotation implied in 51st Street Trouble Crip government. The word dictatorship definition states that the word regime refers simply to a form of government, while Oxford English Dictionary defines regime As a government, especially an authoritarian one nowadays, the political use of the word regime is most commonly citation needed applied to any trouble gangster crip that is most of the time not democratically elected and imposes strict and often arbitrary rules and laws on the people that are because of the undemocratic nature.
While drive-by shootings are the norm in L.A., new members are expected to put in work for the gang, including robbery and killing.
Gotta be willing to ride or die for your homies. And
for some, getting loked in involves a brutal beating.
Most Afghan opium is transported into Pakistan and Iran. From there, it's moved by air, land, and sea into Russia, Eastern Europe, Turkey, China, and West Africa. Turkey and West Africa are major trafficking hubs that move the product into Europe and the United States. Every turn, and a farmer who feels he has no choice but to break the law. Someone like Shahzadar.
In my opinion, it's the only way to earn money and feed my family.
And I felt so relaxed and just completely at ease. And I thought, I found it. This is the thing that I love. Why don't I do this all the time? Why doesn't everybody do this?
Do not believe the supply of Afghan heroin poses a grave threat to the United States. Be stopped before millions of new users get hooked?
See the vengeance. You started to see
From smaller gangs, their social agenda fell apart.
they were involved in gang activity. They were out there to try and profit any way that they could, from narcotic sales to burglaries to weapons possession.
To any strangers, don't speak to anyone unless it's a policeman. Don't talk to anybody. Because he said he just had a bad feeling. He had a sinking feeling that, you know, something was going to happen.
Come around over here, we going to tear your head off.
The Crips. Sheer power, they've made crippin' into a verb.
It again takes it to the next level. It becomes that wolf pack mentality. It's like a shark attack. It just, you know, it gets out of hand.
That was the primary goal, was to make money.
An explosion of heroin is coming out of Afghanistan, beating old habits and creating new ones.
When I finally came to, everything was so blurry and I couldn't hear. I had lost my hearing. I really thought that I had gone deaf. And I was so panicked. And I prayed. That's the only thing I knew to do in the moment. So I said, God, if you just give me back my hearing, if you just make all of this go away, I promise I will never use again.
It's a promise addicts frequently make with no intention of keeping. Jenna's mother gave her daughter a choice: enter a long-term treatment facility or hit the streets for good. Jenna chose what she thought was the easy way out.
And I had no intentions of keeping that promise.
A caravan of drug smugglers is under attack by an Iranian border patrol. Half a dozen smugglers are killed in the firefight.
They want to intimidate everybody, not just the people that they're targeting. They don't care about collateral damage.
you push a crip, we gonna come looking for you.
That again.
Jenna was able to kick her habit, a truly remarkable feat very few heroin addicts ever manage to a headquarters. They find 13 kilos of heroin, an estimated street value of roughly $3 million.
Members here will walk right up to somebody and stand with them.
A stranger offered her the chance to experience a new kind of high.
To this drug.
I
light, can't see it. But, you know, can't knock it until you try it. Until you come see how it really goes, because it goes down.
Profiting from the drug trade, Colonel Taher knows the odds are stacked against him.
Stuck in her daydream, been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries, and they scream the worst things in life come free to us, cause we're just under the upper hand. I'll go mad for a couple grams, and she don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe she flies to the motherland, or sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly.
We use for money laundering.
What I have one stone here, I want to show you.
Until very recently, diamonds fueled a series of brutal wars across Africa. Wars that would have ended years ago, if not for these stones.
How can a piece of pebble cost millions? What puts that premium on it? It's love, affection, scared.
You know, we weren't flying kites and shooting marbles anymore. Now we're shooting at people.
This new generation of boy soldiers must prove themselves. They call it work.
Putting in work consists of writing your name on walls, spray painting, robbing people, beating people.
Fucking house. Wake your punk ass up for the 93 shot. It ain't nothing but a Compton thing, y'all. And we ain't nothing but niggas on the run. And this goes out to my niggas. Yeah. A fucked up childhood is right the way I am. It's got me in the state where I don't give a damn. Somebody help me, but nah, they don't hear me though. I guess I'll be another victim of the ghetto. Ain't no escaping cause I'm way too young. Pops is dealing, and on top of that got mom sprung, scheming off the top. Pops never figured that he'd go down by the hands of another nigga. Now my pops is gone and that ain't no good. Got to follow in the footsteps of the homies from the hood. And where's the role model? Niggas putting root in my fucking baby bottle. Damn, and through all the motherfucking pain, they done drove my mom's insane. So I guess I gotta do work, so I ain't finished. I grow up to be a straight up menace. Come on, y'all.